Hello, hello, hello. We tested. Testing. I need to find some music to put under this stuff. It's maybe better to do that, you know? Yes. Jazargo thinks that. Okay, let me just start. Whatever. Let me just start. Let me start Cosmonaut. Okay, this is on. This is on. Okay. Hello guys, I'm Asantipi, and I'm a mechanical engineer and software engineer that's in Japan right now. I'm doing a startup in robotics, and in my free time I do race parts for race cars, meaning I 3D scan them and then I 3D print these parts or find other ways to manufacture them. Yesterday I had a super cool experience of going to Misawa to go to Big D Autos, where I met Rob through another YouTuber named Milky, and he showed me around the compound, and I was able to scan 2 cars, but mostly was like blown away by how crazy interesting cars he had on hand, and his fabrication skills really wowed me. So he was making an accessory for a Land Cruiser, and therefore I scanned a Land Cruiser as well, so he could improve that design. I can't go into all the details as of yet, but I want to show you guys how it is to clean some 3D scan data if you're confined in a small space. Because it was raining, I was all the way up in the north in Japan. Imagine there's like Hokkaido and just below is Misawa. And how to work with it. Why am I having this pink blanket? Again, I'm in the north, it's super cold here. Yes, I can run a heater, but this is cheap, so let's do it like that. So with no further ado, guys, let's just start and dig in. Okay. As you can see right now, this is the 3D scan of a Land Cruiser. Super, super cool cars. I don't think they need further introduction. Since these are sold all over the world, they come with different engine options. Most people obviously go for the diesels. I think a 3.4 liter is a common engine choice, or smaller ones in different markets. And some people swap them out for big V8s and just sheer craziness. Since the owner of this car, I don't know if I can disclose his name, lives in such a rural area where there's, I think, the third place of like most snow on the road, I think. So the snow is super high, and these people need to traverse this terrain. So his car is actually lifted, and at first like, why is your car lifted? And then he explained to me, he's like, oh, you actually, yeah, it makes sense. It totally makes sense why your car is lifted, because there's so much snow. It's insane. They haven't shown me pictures, but I lived a bit more south from Misawa in Morioka. Snowfall ain't no joke. So guys, no further ado, let me show you how to clean this 3D scan. As you can see, in this 3D scan, I have a few fragments of double information as of here. It's like a false information of this mid console. This pillow has been doubled over here. And for the rest, it's pretty okay. We have some floating points and some cartilage and random stuff on the sides, but I don't care too much about that because the most important thing we have here is this area. As you can see, I put a loads of dots here, and the Ein scanner still did a great job with very harsh lighting, meaning there's a lot of reflections going on. And I could not spray baby powder or mix with ethanol, what I normally would do for the exterior of a car, because this is the interior. You don't want to ruin somebody's car. And so I was very, very anxious to see how this would come out, but it was okay. Okay, so let's start cleaning this thing, because that's the title of the video. So what we can do first is, when you hold the shift key and you choose this paintbrush, you can see this red dot, and if you scroll with your mouse wheel up and down, we're working in the Shining 3D software that comes with the 3dScan 3D scanner, by the way. If you start just brushing, so you're holding the shift key and you're holding the mouse, you're selecting this information. But mind you, this is a bit sketch, because I'll show you something. So I can delete it. I press apply edit. Your computer will start to process. It will take some time, but it will get there eventually. It will get there eventually. Isn't this like the stupidest thing you ever seen? It's a caliper that's 3D printed, but it's kind of legit. I'm not using this to build engines, but in a pinch, I mean, it's better to be like, that's a yard, or whatever freedom unit you're using. Shots fired. So, okay, you saw it just took a whole gap of that mesh, or that point cloud, and there's a piece to the left here that we can delete. It will process, and every time you delete something, it will go to processing. But why you want to do this in steps still, even though this takes so long to process every time, is that if you delete too much of your mesh in one go, sometimes you can't get it back. This software is prone to have some artifacts, some bugs, and then you spend all that time cleaning up a mesh, and then you go too far in one big step, and then you cannot use Ctrl Z, and you'll cry. I've been there. You'll cry. And here as well. Okay. And for example, the thing that's wrong with this software is that, see, we don't really care about these pillows. I'm just doing this to show you guys how to clean it. So it's not much to it. Pretty much you hold shift button and you just paint it. So it's not much of a skill you need to have. But one thing to look out for, guys, is, say for instance, if I choose this, it's fine. I can unselect, it's fine. But what happens if I overlap this just a bit? It's hard to do. If I say, oh, I just want to do the yellow part, it paints the stuff behind it as well. So you need to see it as like the special beam cannon of Piccolo, and this is Goku right here. But that's Reddit's. Well, I mean, this is Reddit's and this is Goku. You hit the hero as well, so you might have super important information behind that mesh, or that point cloud information initially, because it's not a mesh yet. We still have to mesh it, and it's gone, and you might not know it, and it might be 10 steps in the past, and you might not be able to recall it, or you find out way later that this body part now has a hole that you did not know about, but then it's too late. And maybe you didn't save this as a true point cloud. I do save my scans as point clouds, so I can just start the process again. But sometimes you're in a hurry, you don't want to do it, and so on and so on, and you're going to have a bad time. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a bad time. So don't do that. Save your point cloud data always, guys. If you don't have enough storage, buy an SSD, and if you don't have SD, well, you just have a laptop like $2,000 and a 3D scanner is like $1,000. Why don't you have $50 for SSD? Just get external hard drive. Okay, now we have that out of the way. This is a safe delete, so I can still like delete this area, but let's paint a bit more so we get more done in one go. We don't need to do this, but it's just to show you guys. And in a sense, it's a bit how can I say this in English? ¿Cómo se dice? Therapeutic. It's therapeutic, mate. It's therapeutic. There's a few other things here that I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. I'm not even sure I should show this. Whatever it is, I don't know. Don't want to know. A sketch. The homie has things inside there. Let's not. You know what? Let's just delete that just in case. Oh, you see how easy it is to mess stuff up. So okay, let's unselect that and let's not focus on that for now. Let's just paint this away, and this as well in baby steps, and also this double data here because it's annoying me. Is there some place else that has like weird data that I'm like, These floating parts don't matter too much, but as clean as you can get it is fine. But since we're just worried about this little cubby, I don't care. I would even be as extreme if I would be doing cat with this later on. is I'll delete everything surrounding this area and just keep this box. But since I'm a bit weird of a dude, I want to maybe make accessories for here as well. And I want to see the clearance of his arms. I'm going to keep most of this data for now and see what I can do with it later on. And yes. And yes, I'm not trying to be annoying with moving the mesh, but it's like you have to hold a point, and it's like you're holding something like this. It's a bit weird. It feels weird to navigate. It's not chill, but you kind of get used to it, I guess. Kinda. Okay, let's delete this as well, because this is really not helping for anything. Yeah, sure, this should be fine. Yeah, and I was surprised by one thing. I never drove in Land Cruisers before. I sat in plenty of Toyota Hilux trucks, and they're like farm truck type of vibe, like pretty, like, you know, you can hear the thing going, you're like and drive. But it was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice in this car. The owner did a great job, even with the big tires. He told me that one tire was 100 pounds. So you have to imagine that's 400 pounds, is so much rotating mass, and the car has a bit of a rougher time to stop. But he says, well, it might be rougher to stop, but at least in the winter I can still go. And some people need to get saves from their driveway. So him and a few other dudes, I don't know if specifically him as well, but a few other dudes in the area that have Subarus or big trucks, they help people get out of the snow. And it's super cool that people from the area, from the base, are doing that as a service for the community. I could never, because I just have a bicycle and a Honda Fit. Okay, so I'm going to the next step, because yes, I can further clean this mesh, but there's different ways. Like, I know normally you would delete this, but I still like have a reference where the steering wheel is. I'm only worried about this cubby anyway. This cubby is what I find super important, so this is fine. This is fine for me. There's different ways what you can still do. Is you can also draw a line like this, and I'll show you, because that's the point of the video, right? If you do this, you can select either if side. And you can make double cuts like that, or like this, or like that, or this, that, and the third. But we're gonna unselect. There's a lasso option as well, other than the brush. In practice, this is sometimes nice, but as you can see, it's a bit weird. Oh, it's a lasso. And you can delete information like that as well, but we're not gonna do that. And what is the other thing we can do? We can do just a square, a rectangular, because all squares are rectangular, but not all squares. But not all rectangles are a square. Don't try to act smart, because you'll fumble it. Okay. And last but not least, you can edit the point cloud as well. I haven't done that. Oh, it's already in edit mode of the point cloud. I said nothing. We're already doing that. And that's it, guys. Invert is also an option where you choose just one thing. And when you press invert, everything except for that is going to be deleted. Why do you want that? You want it, for example, this cubby, for example, that I just spoke about. If I say I just want this cubby, I can make, hey, invert, delete everything except for that, and it will go through everything as with the other emotions. So it's cool, but I'm not too big of a fan of this type of, because I want to retain as much data as possible. You never know what you're going to need it later, and how often do you have the chance to scan these cars. So I try to keep all the information I can, how ugly it ever is, but it's a cool thing to see how you can still do that. Okay, let's unselect that, and then go to mesh the model. This takes some time. Okay, here, guys, you need to watch out, because there's a few options here when you're cleaning, quote unquote, the model. If you want something you can 3D print right away, after doing a 3D scan, you want to have it watertight. But watertight has its pros and its cons. You have like high, medium, low. Don't worry about the filters for now. And the smooth setting. The smooth setting is how much your texture will be smoothed. If you do it really high, and I'll show you right now. Also, quality, obviously the quality medium is fine. It's gonna try to fill all these holes. So never do that when you have a scan like this, where you don't have like the full thing scanned, because it will be an interesting thing to see. Give it a few seconds. It's funny to see the computer is still so slow in a sense. Let's check it up to performance. Oh, it's already in performance mode. Hot diggity damn. Well, no guys. Let's start measuring things with this thing I have. I made a little tripod. Well, I downloaded a little tripod and put it in 3D printer. Made is a big word, but I haven't backed it out yet. The middle jiggles, so that's cool. Maybe I'll keep it and then. I wanted to say maybe I keep it and I can make salsa music. Use it as a shaker. Well, that's not an option anymore. Oh man, this processing takes a long time. Yeah, that's another thing. Usually, well, I'm streaming now, but usually you can just walk away and then it just do whatever it's doing, and then you come back later. And I might just do that. You know what? I'll just do that. Why not? Who cares? It's gonna take a long time anyway. Let me just grab some water. I'm almost done. Squishy. Oh, it's still processing. That's rough. That is rough. I thought it would be done by now. Oh man. Oof. This is the thumbnail I wanted to do before, but I chose something else. And I really enjoy this picture. Like, it genuinely makes me laugh. It's like a man / Jabba the Hutt had a weird baby. This takes so long. Let me not open my personal chest. Let's not do that. It's done? No. Mada. Okay, so since I'm in Japan, I bought some cool stuff. I think you guys would know Shonen Jump. This is Shonen Jump. This is really nice. So for the longest time, I thought these things were way more expensive. Maybe because I was a student and then it was generally expensive. But this is 310 yen. 310 yen desu. Meaning, it's like €2 or less. In dollars, that would be like 220, 230 or something like that. It boggles my mind. If I just want to buy paper, like this amount of paper, how is this $2? That's amazing. Astonishing. So I can't read Japanese properly. I can't speak it properly. So I start buying these things. Well, this is my first one I bought, and I'm pushing myself to translate a few pages every day to get better. Even though the people that talk in anime talk like crazy people, because nobody speaks like, oh, you there, you defied my honor and my people. So this was my first haul, as the word. I think One Piece is in here, and what else? What we got? We got One Piece. I'm holding it upside down, right? Yeah, I'm holding it upside down. Okay. So it's One Piece in here. Gohan? Ima? Okay, ちょっと待って。3分くらい。いいよ。I was just told by the gods we have to eat. And what else? Oh, I don't know this manga, man. Oh, this Hunter x Hunter. Wow, look at the artwork on this. Isn't that insane? Wow. like genuinely like a painting. I think I'm just gonna rip it out and put it on the wall. It would be a shame to throw it out. Again, $2, guys, for the entire book. It's insane. What's the other story here? Oh, well, Hunter and Hunter x Hunter will become way more dark than I remembered when I was younger. Oh, wow. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Look at this character. It's like Snape from Harry Potter, but young. I think every emo kid's wet dreams become this guy. I'm the Lord of Darkness. Maybe this character has like a totally different meaning, and I'm just yapping nonsense right now. But you got to, because this takes so long. The process. What else do we got? Oh man. Okay, I see someone with like rabbit ears. Oh, okay. I can't show that on stream. That was definitely fan service right there. The one page I opened, and it's really bad. Deathlock. I don't know this manga. All in all, Shonen Jump is kind of the teenage boy / adolescent man. Not saying if you're older than that you don't like these animes. Hey, do you, man? Or if you're younger. But I would say they have this constant cycle of you power up, you improve yourself, you become better, and then you overcome your obstacles. And sometimes it means the power of friendship makes you befriend a genocidal maniac. And you're gonna ask all the time, can you be my friend? No. Please be my friend. No. Do you like me? No, I don't. I just killed your mom. I understand, but forgive me, please. I'll forgive you. Now be my friend. Okay. And next season they're homies. They're sleeping in the same house. It just boggles my head. I can't. As much as I love shonen animes, as I'm growing older, I'm like, no, dude. Just stab the dude. He was bad. Just stab him. That's a serial killer right there. It's okay. You can enact some vengeance on him. He's not a benefit to the world. Not at all. Even if he helped you save that one dude, he killed like 5,000 people. Okay, so the next thing I bought is this one. Mob Psycho. It's just the artwork on this one is so insane. The publisher's Urasunde, and I don't even know who the writer is. It's probably on here in kanji. But this looks a bit like One Punch Man. It probably is the writer of One Punch Man, right? It's insane. I think the processing here is insane. Maybe for next streams, what I would do is then pre-process it already. So you guys don't have to see this. I'll give it another minute. If it doesn't, then I think I have to just go. And you guys have at least seen how to delete data in a point cloud, how to make planes to cut off in straight lines, how to use the rectangle selector, freeform, and how to invert these. And to be honest, with the paintbrush, you can get maybe 97-99% of the work done. It's only in rare occasions where I'm like, I need a right plane. I have this fuzzy data. I really need to get this done, then I'll do that. But otherwise, I'll just remove the floating little pieces of paper, and the rest stays in my eternal database of shitboxes. Oh, 95%. Okay. It's juking me. Okay, it's actually done. Okay, and this all of this waiting, it was I forgot. It was just to show you guys how a mesh will mess up. Okay, cool. See. So as you can see, it made this total blob. It looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It looks kind of poofy, but this is pretty okay at the chair. I don't mind that much, but it's also filling in information inside of here and doing stuff over here, and maybe even holes we had at different places. I can imagine the steering wheel it was open for some reason. Actually, didn't do that bad of a job. It took a lot of computation, but it's not as terrible as I thought it would be. Obviously, this is weird. It looks like a weird squid. It's not how it's supposed to be, but it's not bad. It's not bad. No, thank you. This is what I normally do. I just keep it at that. No filter, standard, please. no filter at all, and I'll just keep it at that. I'll say remove the spikes, fill the small holes, and it might be the marker holes as well, or else you have little holes in your mesh, because technically you did not scan that part of the car, you scanned the sticker on top of it. And I'll press apply, and this should be a heck of a lot faster, because it doesn't have to calculate these planes in between there and then. And that's it, guys. That's it. It's pretty rough to say, but you have to just play with it, and then yes, you have to go through this processing thing all the time. And depending on what you're doing, say for example, if I was scanning this bottle and it had a hole here, then I would fill it up. But I'll probably do it manually afterwards at measurement. But that's for another time. It's time for me to eat. I'm hungry. Have a good one. I'm Sante Eb, software engineer / hardware / mechanical engineer, hardware engineer. I wish. Mechanical engineer in Japan, with the goal of scanning as much race cars as possible to get some money to fund my other business. And if things go well, you know, I might buy a drift car and then build extremely weird parts for that drift car, because, or build them because I can. Yeah. Bye. Have a good time.